a sunrise. Look how pretty. That's beautiful. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, February 7th, and it is lecture day. It's kind of a weird feeling because I haven't heard from my professors like in a long time. I want to say since like last Thursday, which is weird because like it feels like we've been getting like announcements and notifications and all kinds of messages from them nonstop, you know, since the semester began. And it's kind of bizarre that we haven't heard anything, but I know, you know, there's been a lot going on. One group, actually two groups, had simulation on Monday, and the other two groups will have the same simulation next Monday. So I'm in that next Monday group. So I'll have my first official sim then. And also yesterday there was one clinical group that went to clinical, and then there's two clinical groups tomorrow and my clinical group on Friday. So it's busy, but it seems like less busy than last semester because our labs, remember, those were like 3 days a week, and then there was lecture for a day. So it was like 4 days a week for the first 5 weeks or 6 weeks, whatever it was, you know. So and this semester it was just lab 2 days a week for 2 weeks with lecture, you know. So it's a little strange. It's still hard to get used to. I can't believe we're in week 5. When we finish this week, we will be a third complete this semester. It's crazy. I don't even know like where the time's going. That's good. I like when time goes by fast, for school, not in general, but yeah, so, I know last week we had a online lecture for hematology after our exam, and this week's focus is on neurotransmitters, and like group therapy, like the psychology aspect of, not psycho, the psychology aspect of nursing, you know, and all the medicines that treat psychological disorders and such. So yeah, so there was like a 2-hour lecture on you know, the neurobio that we had to have listened to, and I took a lot of notes. So I know we're going to be doing that today. I'm sure we're going to review the hematology today. So, and plus the group therapy. So there's probably a pretty busy lecture to do today. I'm assuming there's not going to be a quiz because they did give us a heads up that they would tell us before we would get a quiz. So I'm assuming that's going to be next week. Now, this is a lot of assumptions, and you know what happens when you assume, right? But just based on what they've told us, I'm inferencing that. So, and then this Friday for clinical, it's going to be a super early morning. So I know I had mentioned last week that I could do 6 a.m. getting up and being there, you know, in time for 8 o'clock clinical all day long. Like, that is great. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the norm. She said that we need to be there in time for a 6:30 arrival. So that means being there at 6:15. So it'll be a super early morning. I'm not looking forward to that, getting up at 4 or something. But that's Friday. Let's focus on today. So I've got I've got lecture to go to. We'll see how it goes. It should be pretty straightforward. I've got all my notes that I took from the you know, the 2-hour PowerPoint lecture online. So hopefully I'm set for that. I did all the SurePath. There were 6 lessons for it. It was a lot. And I think I did that last week. So hopefully I remember it. But I'm about to head onto the main road. So I will catch you guys later, and I'll let you know how everything goes. Bye. Good morning, everyone. everybody. It is Friday. I don't know the date because my watch just gave me notification. But it's Friday of week 5. And I think it's the 9th. Yeah. So clinical day. I'm not even going to bother showing you the sky because there is no sunrise because it's only 6 o'clock. Better than 5 something, but it's just now 6. And headed to clinical. I think I didn't finish up talking about Wednesday, how that went. So Wednesday was fine. We had a lot to go over. I mean, because last week was our hematology, but it was a recorded lecture that we had to listen to after our first exam. And so we hadn't talked about that. And then we also had neurobio and milieu group therapy recorded lectures to listen to in preparation for this lecture on Wednesday. So we kind of briefly, not briefly, but like each one was like a little over an hour or so, reviewing hematology, neurobio, and group therapy. There was one group activity on bone marrow, and what else? I think that was pretty much it. You know, she did let us know that our instructor got stuck in another country while on vacation for her birthday, so that was exciting. Hopefully she gets back and safe and sound, because that's, wow, I can't imagine what that's like to be stuck in another country. It must be terrifying. And also, I mean, you have a whole bunch of students you're supposed to be taking to clinical and stuff, and I'm sure like endless work to do. But yeah, so she was working on trying to get back. The other one was telling us, you know, that she asked permission to tell the students. So that was the excitement for the day. But so today, clinical, our instructor told us pretty late last night that instead of being there at 6:30, she wanted us there at 6:45. So we get the extra 15 minutes, which I will always take extra time. Extra sleep is always good. So instead of having to wake up at 4 something, I got up at 5, and it's still so early. I didn't go to bed until after 10, and I didn't sleep well the night before either. So hopefully I can get some sleep sometime this weekend would be nice. We do have sim, our first sim, on Monday, so that's going to be a long day. It's supposed to be on COPD, but that's week 6. Let's finish talking about week 5. So I just went the wrong way. Oh, good thing I can make it up. I'm headed to lecture instead of clinical. Tells you how awake I am. So finally, I think I'm pretty much over that sinus infection. My goodness. I mean, it started 5 weeks ago, and I feel so much better, you know, just in general. I still have a little bit of a cough, especially at night, and I still have a little bit of congestion, but it, you know, it was way worse. You know, I'm not in a fog. I don't have that like endless blockage behind my nose and my sinuses. You know, this is way better. I can handle this, you know. So I've got my cough drops just in case I need them. And I think I've got all the supplies I'm going to need. I don't, you know, the other clinical groups have like a rotation list posted on Canvas for everyone to see, like who's going to be in which department at the hospital, you know, which week. But we don't. And I think she's still trying to get access to some of that stuff and trying to get it all set up. She does still have a full-time job as a nurse practitioner, so you know, this woman, she is a worker. I mean, I hope it's not too much for her, you know, because she does have 2 young kids too. But I understand bills got to get paid. So yeah, so hopefully today we'll find out, you know, how that's going to work. You know, maybe we'll be on the floor doing some stuff today. At some point, I do want to tell them that I would like to do the nurse extern, you know, position and pick up like a day a week working and see how that goes. And if I can add another week, I will. But I have a feeling, you know, between possible Monday sims, Wednesday lectures, Friday clinicals, and if I do like a Thursday for, you know, working, plus I've got 3 kids and a husband, and those kids also have their own activities that I take them to and stuff. I have a feeling that might be my limit. But I won't know until I find out more information. But I do want to find out more about that today, if possible. Because the sooner the better. You know, my husband's a sole provider right now, and things are expensive. So school's expensive. The books are expensive, my goodness. So it'd be nice to be able to help out. I haven't worked since, you know, I started having my kids. So I never wanted to not work, but I don't know how you would when you've got 3 kids all pretty much the same age. It would cost a fortune putting them in daycare for me to go to work, you know. So now that they're in school, this is why I'm in school. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anything else? Oh, you know, I don't know if I mentioned, but this week I think this was before lecture, but I went through and organized my clinical and theory folders with all of my papers and up-to-date assignments, and just organized myself because there was just a huge pile of things. Oh my gosh, yesterday I was working on, it was like all day. We have to do these practice tests on ATI, one for fundamentals, one for nutrition. Oh my gosh, it was 2 hours to answer the 60 questions on fundamentals practice tests. And then so far, I've spent another 2.5 hours reviewing it, because we have to spend at least an hour reviewing our practice test. And then we have to retake it again once every 24 hours until we achieve at least an 80. But I want to get 100. You know, it doesn't even count towards the grade, none of this. But makes me feel better if I achieve something. But I spent so long reviewing all of that stuff yesterday. I didn't even get to the nutrition one that was on my planner to do, because the fundamentals one has taken forever. So that's what I was working on. I really wanted to finish it yesterday, but there was just no way. There was no way. There was too many things to go over. That must be the boxes in the back. But anyway, I'm on the main road, so I'm gonna go, but I will update you guys on how clinical goes today at some point. It may not be today, it might be tomorrow or whatever, but I've got all the videos up to date as well. There should be last week's week 4 coming out, I think tomorrow. So everything is caught up there as well. That's what I was working on this week too. And I will catch you guys later.